Islam, the religion with the second largest population of religious followers, is a monotheistic religion following under the submission of Allah. Islamic followers, known as Muslims, follow a set of principles referred to as the 5 pillars of Islam.
These pillars constitute the basic practices of the Islamic faith and are as stated: Shahada, Salah, Zakat, Psalm, Hajj. Salah is practiced 5 times daily and is traditionally practiced in an Islamic building known as a mosque. Mosques are important in the Islamic faith because they create community and impart proper Islamic worship and knowledge.
The Mosque of Hagia Sophia, Jenny, and Cordoba are 3 prime buildings that follow through with the general purpose of a Muslim mosque. Although these mosques range from entirely different regions, they incorporate unique architectural features, artistic features, and general function quite similarly.
Hagia Sophia, located in Istanbul, Turkey, previously known as Constantinople, is a building almost 1,500 years old. Built in the 6th century, Hagia Sophia originated as a church, a part of the Byzantine Empire. Seen as the gem of the city, the church became a symbol of authority, quality, and sovereignty. When the Byzantines were conquered by Ottoman Turks, the church was converted into a mosque for Turkish Muslims to pray. This conversion made the mosque unique in its design, as it incorporated both basilica and circular structures.
The Mosque of Jenny is located in Jenny, Mali in Africa. It is 350 kilometers southwest of Timbuktu. The mosque was made in 1902 and is well known for its unique adobe architecture. The architect who designed it, Ismaili Traore, was the city's chief mason and a Muslim. They used traditional materials to build the Mosque of Jenny. The great mosque walls are made of sun-baked earth bricks called ferre and sand and earth-based mortar and are coated with a plaster that gives the building its smooth, sculpted look. Every year there is a festival called the Crepusage, which is dedicated to replastering the mosque.
Located in Spain, the Mosque of Cordoba was built in 784 to 786 with extensions in the 9th and 10th century that doubled its size. The mosque is one of the largest and most sacred buildings in the Islamic world. Since 1236, this mosque has served as a Christian cathedral. This mosque is divided into 2 halves and is used as a place of worship by both Muslims and Christians.
The Mosque of Hagia Sophia, Jenny, and Cordoba share similarities in architectural characteristics like columns, domes, and arches. With the Mosque of Hagia Sophia, the church built before was formed with basic basilica structures and wooden roofs. The Emperor Justinian wanted to create a centrally planned space in a circular format rather than a basilica format generally identified as a large oblong hall or building. The Mosque of Hagia Sophia became a great monument, designed to have a massive elliptical inner space combining a main dome with 2 half domes. This dome rests on pendentives and has windows at the bottom that are closely spaced, visually implying that the base of the dome is barely touching the building itself. All of these meticulously planned out factors help to create the perception, for those who believe, that the dome is being suspended from heaven by an invisible chain. Columns are also vitally important when it comes to the structural balance of the mosque. These columns occupy the nave space and aisles in Hagia Sophia. The capitals, which are the crowning members of a column, are specific derivatives of classical Ionic order. Shrunken volutes, a spiral scroll characteristic of Ionic capitals, run along the lower regions of the capital with decorative detailing. The capitals of Hagia Sophia do vital work towards the overall sturdiness of the column and the floors that it supports.
In the Mosque of Jenny, the outline of the entire mosque is a unique trapezoidal shape. The building walls are decorated with bundles of rodier palm sticks called toron that stand out about 2 feet from the surface. The toron are also used as scaffolding for repairs. Ceramic half pipes also stick out from the roof and direct rainwater away from the walls to protect the sun-baked earth bricks. The mosque is built on a platform measuring about 246 feet by 246 feet and raised by 4 feet above the marketplace's level. The platform prevents damage to the mosque when the Bani River floods. The prayer wall, measuring about 85 by 164 feet, occupies the eastern half of the mosque behind the Qibla wall. The mud-covered rodier palm roof is supported by 9 interior walls running north to south, which are pierced by pointed arches that reach up almost to the roof. This design creates a forest of 90 massive rectangular pillars that span the interior prayer wall and severely reduce the field of view. The small, irregularly positioned windows on the north and south walls allow little natural light to reach the hall's interior. The floor is composed of sandy earth. The towers in the Qibla wall do not contain stairs linking the prayer hall with the roof. Instead, two square towers with stairs lead to the roof. One set of stairs is located at the southwestern corner of the prayer hall, while the other set is near the main entrance on the northern side, and is only accessible from the exterior of the mosque. Small vents in the roof are topped with removable inverted kiln-fired bowls, which when removed allow hot air to rise out of the building and ventilate the interior.
Cordoba has many architectural features that make the building very unique. The mosque is built with many recycled Roman columns, which combined form two-tiered symmetrical arches made of stone and red brick. Not only do the columns originate from Roman architecture, but the columns also include red marble columns. This building is known for its columns and inner architectural features, especially its 856 columns of jasper, onyx, marble, granite, and porphyry, which divides this interior into 19 north to south and 29 east to west aisles. Not only are columns an important part of the Mosque of Cordoba, but also the arches that help with the perception of this beautiful mosque. The architects used double arches, which permitted higher ceilings than would otherwise be possible with lower columns. The double arches consist of a lower horseshoe arch and an upper semicircular arch. The reason for this architectural design was to limit sunlight and shadows because it creates unusual effects. The dome is another very important feature of the mosque. The Mosque of Cordoba dome is built of crisscrossing ribs that create pointed arches. All of these are all covered with gold mosaic in a radial pattern. This sets this particular dome aside from other mosques around the world.
The Mosque of Hagia Sophia, Jenne, in Cordoba share similarities in artistic characteristics like mosaics and Islamic calligraphy. At Hagia Sophia, calligraphy, one of the most important media expressions of Islamic art, is represented enormously throughout the mosque. The main Arabic calligraphy found in Hagia Sophia are written on hanging murals inscribing the names Allah, Muhammad, Abu Bakr, Umar, Othman, Ali, Hassan, and Hussein. These signs in Arabic translate as God, the Prophet, the names of the four caliphs accepted in Sunni Islam, and the two grandsons of the Prophet. On the walls of Hagia Sophia, colored marble is embedded. This marble is particularly with lines and patterns, so when combined, the walls of the mosque create a beautiful display. Additionally, gold mosaics incorporating acanthus leaves and intricate patterns cover the ceilings and walls. Many of these mosaics lacked inclusion of religious figures. The few that may still be represented at Hagia Sophia are left from its time as a Christian church, where Christians held Jesus and some other important figures with higher value than Muslims did. The huge spherical dome, as an important architectural feature of Hagia Sophia, is also considered an extraordinary artistic feature. The sides and windows of the dome are covered in gold mosaic, as the rich color is a representation of the divine light of heaven. Most of the light that reaches the inner space of the mosque comes directly from the upper openings of the dome. This artistic technique, as previously mentioned, centers the light from the elevated sources to create a divine space isolated from the outer world. The combination of the dome and half domes with Arabic calligraphy, marble, and mosaics make the Mosque of Hagia Sophia a true work of art.
The Mosque of Cordoba has many unique artistic features that create its overall breathtaking view. The mihrab of the mosque includes plant and geometric designs. On the walls, Quranic inscriptions are written. Although many people rejected Islamic representation throughout the mosque, tile work, calligraphy, and architectural forms play a major role in the mosque's unique representation. Another important aspect that is included inside the walls of this mosque are old tesserae, which are small pieces of glass with golden color backing that use many colors and combinations of dark blues, reddish browns, yellows, and golds that form calligraphic bands and vegetal patterns that help represent this mosque's full beauty. The dome, one of the most important architectural features in the Mosque of Cordoba, incorporates some artistic features like gold mosaics in a radical pattern. Another place inside the mosque that represents the most artistic features is the prayer niche, a small octagonal roofed room where a block white marble is placed. Has features like Byzantine-style mosaics in gold inlaid on the walls.
Although the mosques of Hagia Sophia, Jenne, and Cordoba are constructed in unique ways, their functions are alike. This includes the practice of Islamic religion as well as minarets. Hagia Sophia has 4 very tall pencil minarets constructed at the perimeter of the mosque. Minarets, in Islamic religious architecture, are the towers from which the faithful are called to prayer 5 times each day by a crier. These towers are directly connected to the mosque and have 1 or more balconies or open galleries. For all the mosques, including Hagia Sophia, these minarets are a distinguishing feature to identify in the skyline and aid in the widespread transference of the call to prayer.
At the Mosque of Jenne, the qibla is dominated by 3 large, box-like towers called minarets that go out from the main wall. The central tower is around 16 meters high. The cone-shaped spires or pinnacles at the top of each minaret are topped with ostrich eggs. They are sacred objects.
Cordoba has 1 minaret, which represents the shape of a tower. This minaret is left standing at 54 meters high and is the tallest building in the city. Over time, this minaret's form and style has changed while its function has stayed the same. The function of this special minaret is to call people to prayer. This minaret also includes multiple balconies as well as multiple bells.
The Mosque of Hagia Sophia, Jenne, and Cordoba's form is also similarly represented during the aspects of prayer. The layout of Hagia Sophia is a combination of a church and a mosque. Because of this architectural combo, the mihrab at Hagia Sophia, which is predominantly a niche in the wall of the mosque pointing nearest to Mecca, is off-center with the floor plan and previous walls of the Christian church. The platform of the mihrab, staircase to the right of the mihrab, platform for the call to prayer, and Sultan's Lodge, which is a beautiful little tower inside the mosque for the divine sultan, are all oriented together but in opposition to the church architecture that surrounds it.
The Mosque of Cordoba has a unique way of performing the proper prayer facing towards Mecca. Because this building is a mosque as well as a church, the building does not solely face Mecca. The mosque itself faces south instead of the direction of Mecca, which is southeast. In order to lead prayer in the correct direction, the mihrab faces southeast towards Mecca.